So today what we are going to learn, permissions like IAM, Identity Access Management. And what is IAM? Why would we need that basically, right? For example, let's say I have access to this AWS account, which is, you can call VC Group, my company AWS account. And if let's say I have hired an employee, right? And I cannot provide username password for him, right? I cannot provide username password of this account for that guy, so he can log in as a me and he can do whatever he wants. By accidentally he might terminate an instance, right? He could, anyone can do that. Like even accidentally I could terminate an instance, right? For example, it's not going to happen. That's not a simple thing, but you don't know that, right? And you want to control the permissions, like who can access what, just simply who can access what. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a user account for him and I will control the permissions for that guy. Okay, this is you. Okay, your role is to write a CloudFormation stack. Okay, I'm going to get you only CloudFormation access. Okay, the role is to create a Lambda function. I'm going to get you only Lambda function. Your role is, I'm going to hire a person. Your role is to work with EC2, like create, delete, terminate EC2. So I'm going to give you EC2 permissions, basically. So whenever he can log in, he will be able to do only EC2 operations, basically. And I can hire a person to manage the identity access management, IAM. So I can give him IAM full access. Okay. So one account has only, now I'm logged in as a root user, right? If I go to AWS Management Console, let me log out. Okay. And if I log in back, so I logged in as a root user, right? I'm going to log in as a root user. Only the account owner is the root user. Like none of the people will have the root user access in the organization. Even if the company has a 500 developers or 500 people using that AWS account, everybody is an IAM user. They will get the permissions based on their permissions and based on their role. Okay, you are supposed to do XYZ task. Okay, you are going to get permissions for XYZ only. Let's say you hire a database administrator and he will create a DynamoDB tables and he will create EC2 indexes, all that kind of stuff. Not EC2, sorry. DynamoDB tables, indexes, all that kind of stuff. He will need access for only DynamoDB. He doesn't have to have access to EC2, right? Am I right or wrong? Are you guys with me?
Yes, Vishnu.
Okay, let's go. How does that work? Okay, let me log in as a root user. For now, I don't have any IAM access, right? Like I don't have any IAM user account. Since I'm just logging as a root user, I'm doing all that kind of operations, right? But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create an IAM user. I can go to IAM dashboard, okay, and just go ahead and create an IAM user, one user. Specifically, I'm going to create one user, and let's see, and I can assign a specific role for that user. Let me go ahead and delete this user first. Okay. I'm going to add a user. Okay. And I'm going to call this user. I'm going to call this user for example, EC2 user. So this user can create EC2 or delete EC2, terminate EC2, but he cannot create an IAM user. And we will see. This is not yet. We are going to control based on permissions, and let's see how does that work. Okay. So I'm going to give access key, secret key for this guy so that he can run any script to create EC2 user, like a describe EC2 user, and get instance tag, any metadata of that instance. And I'm going to provide a password as well so that he can log in as well as the IAM user. So I'm going to give some custom password. Okay. Okay. And I don't think I would have to change the password. Okay. And user cannot get permissions just when you create a user in Linux, right? In Linux, how we are going to get permissions? For example, when we create a user, how we can get permissions for that user? Based on his group, right? Based on that group that user assigned to. That's only they can get permissions, right? The same way, a user will be added to a specific group, whatever the group. A user can be added to multiple groups. Based on those group permissions, the user will get permissions basically. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a group. Okay. I'm going to call EC2 full access. That's what we are trying to do, right? This is just a name. Okay. So what I can give, EC2 full access. Okay. EC2 full access. This is the permission. You see the policy name. Based on this permission, he can get access basically. Okay. And I'm going to create a group. Now, next, let's go. I don't need to provide any tags. I'll just create a user. Okay. And let's go ahead and download this CSV file. This is the place where you will have this access key, secret key, and all that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and download this CSV file. In the CSV file, what you will have, okay. What you will have in that CSV file, let me go there. Actually. Okay, that's fine. So the user, for some reasons, I'm unable to open that. Like, what is that? That CSV file, but that's okay. You see that I can have access key, secret key here. So I don't need that. I have a username here. I don't need that CSV file anymore right now. So let me go here and let me try to log in as a what user I created EC2 user, right? And I'm going to log in with my password, right? Let's go ahead and log in. Okay. Now you see that I logged in as a EC2 user on that right corner for this account. Okay. You see that? Okay. I'm going to switch it. EC2 user for this account. Okay. Now I logged in as a IAM user, identity access management user, but I gave him only EC2 permissions, and let's see whether he can create an instance or not, and we'll find out. Okay. Let's go to EC2. So this guy will be able to see this dashboard. So he can create an EC2, he can terminate an EC2, and he can do all that kind of stuff. Okay, and let's see. Let's verify that. Let's go ahead and create an instance. Okay. I don't need to give any tag or something like that. I'll just use, this is just a testing. So I'll just use just launch instance, and the instance will be ready. That means this guy has a permission to create an EC2 user, not EC2 user. This guy has a permissions to create EC2 instance, right? Okay, that is good. Let's go ahead and terminate this instance and let's see. Okay. Meantime, since this instance is being created, let's go ahead and try to create one more IAM user. Okay. Can someone help me? Can I create an IAM user with this user? Let's see.
Vishnu, can you come again? That one.
Can I create an IAM user with EC2 user with this user actually? So right now I logged in as a EC2 user, right? For this account.
Is a super user? EC2 user is super user?
This is he is not a super user, he's just IAM user, right? We gave him only EC2 permissions. This IAM user have only EC2 permissions. So he will
we cannot create.
So we can't create, right?
Yeah, because this guy doesn't have permissions to create an IAM, right? IAM user.
Yes. Yes.
He has only permissions to create an EC2 user on EC2 instance only. He can create an EC2 instance, he can terminate an EC2 instance, he can write logs, he can install softwares on EC2 instance, he can do anything with EC2 because he has a full permissions for that only EC2. Only EC2. He can create 10 EC2 instances, 100 EC2 instances, he can terminate, but he cannot create other service other than EC2. He cannot create even cloud formation. He cannot even create cloud formation as well. Let's say, let me try to do that. Okay. Let me go ahead and try to create a cloud formation stack as this user, and let's see what we will see. Okay, create a stack. Now the stack is ready. Okay. What you guys can see, this guy doesn't have a permissions to create the cloud formation stack as well. It's not what it is. Can someone tell me what exactly it is? Okay, just use the sample template ready, and let's see what happens. Okay, let's go ahead and we have that lamp stack file, right? And let's go ahead and get that file. Actually, create lamp stack file. Nope. What it says? Create upload bucket action, or what it says is not authorized to perform get template summary because no identity policy allows. He doesn't have that permissions. Basically, he has only permission to create EC2, terminate EC2. He can do whatever the stuff that he wants inside that EC2, but he doesn't have other permissions. Let's go ahead and add him some other permissions, and let's see what happens. How I can add him some other permissions? Can someone help me?
We can go in the groups and we can add in the groups, right?
Okay, I can go to groups right here, and I can add.
We can give access to other.
Okay, let's go to that groups, but I cannot go to that groups, right? You see that I don't have permissions to go to groups.
Yeah.
So what I need to do?
So he.
You see that I don't have permissions to see group policies.
So you need to ask the permission who is giving, right?
Okay.
You need to raise the request.
Okay, let's go do that. Okay, and let's sign out this guy and sign back in as the person who is going to make changes, right? Who is that person? For now, for here is a root user, right?
Root user, yeah.
Root user.
Yeah, let me go ahead and log in as a root user. And provide permissions for this guy. and let's see what happens. Okay, I can go to IAM. Okay, and I can add extra permissions to that guy, that the group that guy belongs to, right? And how I can do that? User groups. This is the one, right? I can go here. I can select this one. You see permissions. So what I will do, I can add permissions. Okay, attach a policy. Now I will add IAM full access. So he can create IAM users as well. And we'll find out if that is the case. And I can give cloud formation access as well. For example, if you want S3, you can give S3 access as well. Cloud formation access as well. Okay, let's take this one off. Okay, cloud formation read only, cloud formation full access. Let me go ahead and create a cloud formation full access. Okay, add permissions. Now this guy has 3 permissions. You see that easy to full, IAM full access, cloud formation full access, and let's see what happens. Let's go back, sign out, and sign back in. But I cannot remember that IAM. What is that? What is that account details? Right? I have that CSV file open, and that account details, everything should be there. That's okay. Okay, let me go ahead and grab this account ID. Right, grab account ID. I'll just sign out, sign back in. This time I'm going to sign in as an IAM user. I'm going to provide, and this user is easy to user, right? And the password, this is the password that I have assigned for this guy. Let me go ahead and log in. Now let's try to create IAM user. Now you see that easy to user for this account, and let's go ahead and try to, we gave him IAM full permissions, right? Let's go ahead and delete. Let's go ahead and delete permissions from that group. So let's go ahead and, okay, this is a user and these are the permissions. Let's remove EC2 full access. Let's remove this access for this guy. Okay, now he has only IAM full access and a cloud formation full access. Let's go ahead and try to create a cloud formation stack, and let's see what happens. Let's go to EC2, try to create an EC2 instance, and let's see what happens. Okay, let's go to EC2 dashboard. Now let's see, click here. You are not authorized to perform this operation. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and try to create an instance. Okay, I'll just leave everything. You see that in a please try to, I cannot see anything. You are not authorized to, because I'm not authorized. My permissions are being removed, right? Are you guys with me? But we still have a cloud formation permissions. Let's go ahead and try to create a cloud formation stack. Are you guys with me or no? Okay, I'm going to use a sample, or just use a template, whatever template that I'm going to use a sample template. Okay, and use that sample template to LAMP stack. Is it going to work or not? Can someone help me? Is it going to work or not?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. This guy doesn't able to see the keys, so, but let's try. Okay, let's go ahead and let's create a stack. And let's see what happens. You see that parameter validation? He couldn't able to retrieve that parameter from, I couldn't, like, this guy couldn't able to pick up that parameter because he doesn't have access to that EC2 dashboard. He doesn't have access to create an EC2 instance. But this CloudFormation is creating an EC2 instance, right? But this guy is not supposed to create an EC2 instance, so he won't get access. Even though if he has access to CloudFormation, he can create a CloudFormation stack, but if that CloudFormation stack is creating an instance, no, he cannot. Because this guy doesn't have that permissions, basically. Are you guys with me?
Yes, Vishnu.
So that what exactly happening here.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions till now? No questions?
Yes.
Are you guys good with IAM? Like why IAM used and what is the advantage by using IAM?
Vishnu,
Yes.
I have doubt. We are use administration only, DevOps administrator only will take care everything, right? If we don't have any access, we have to ask them, right? According